Hi guys, it's our second video log, Inner Beauty video log, and we're coming to you with some updates on what we've been doing. So I'm on day 14 of no alcohol. I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely a good decision. So yeah, my life's changed a little bit, but it's a really good thing. I'm doing a lot of different things, like lots more walking and lots more relaxing and reading books at night.
I bet Saturday morning feels pretty good.
Yeah, no hangovers.
Yeah.
I went out on Saturday night and I didn't have anything to drink, and I'm really proud of myself. So for those of you out there who are contemplating or thinking about giving up alcohol, think about it strongly. It's it's a pretty amazing journey.
I think one of the interesting things about you really focusing on this right now is part of our Reset Well program is we've launched our core program in a 30-day format so that people can really experience what it feels like to actually feel well and have everything in balance. And one of those components is giving up having any alcohol, and you're giving up dairy and sweets and sugars during that time. And one of the things that Katie and I have been talking about is a sort of fear around being ready to make some shifts, because although we have this 30-day format which allows you to experience true wellness, the idea isn't just to do it for 30 days. The idea is to learn these new ways of being and change your lifestyle, make some sustainable changes. And it sounds to me like, Katie, you're moving more in the direction of no alcohol, and that kind of brings back thinking about how we feel about change and how we feel other people will respond to us. And I think alcohol is the biggest one, where other people's reaction to you if you're not drinking, it can make them uncomfortable. Like, well, what do you mean?
Sure.
We always have a glass of wine. That's what we do. What will we do now? And it's sort of creating these new opportunities to try something different. And you had a really good idea about if you're typically having dinner parties and that's been the way that you've socialized with certain friends, change that up to a brunch. A brunch and a walk. And this doesn't have to be a forever thing. It can even just be while you're doing the Reset Well program. But just looking at ways to make it positive and not feel like a strain and not feel like it's affecting your social relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, because when you change something so ingrained in your patterns, people around you are going to go, what? They're going to be a little bit in upheaval, or they'll really start listening to what you're doing and go, oh, well, maybe I should consider this too. I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, definitely have had some cravings. There's no doubt about it. But what I'm doing is I'm noticing. So I'm just noticing that I'm having cravings. And then I look at so I did a pros and cons list. And you can do that with anything in your life, really. But the cons were so long and the pros were like, it's fun, or it's a habit, or whatever. And so every time I have this craving, I just look at my cons list and I'm like, oh my gosh, and the pros are so huge that I just focus in on that. And this vlog is really about inner beauty. So part of that is really nourishing ourselves in a way that helps you shine. And that's why I'm focusing on this no alcohol thing. There's so many other things that we're going to bring to you guys. But the no alcohol thing was a big one for me. So it's like, I really want to shine from the inside out, and literally my organs are thanking me for this. So
the only other thing I wanted to add was, speaking of that shining, is again thinking about how people are going to respond to you making these shifts. And sometimes that can be a bit daunting. We talked about this earlier, where it's really good to just lead by example. So if you're doing really well, if you've learned and grown with our Reset Well program and are really incorporating new healthy ways into your life, to get you want to kind of inspire people around you, but you certainly it's good to keep it as your own inner journey, or with someone that you're maybe partnering up doing it with. But the last thing that people in your circle really want is to be feeling really guilty or judged because they're not ready or they're not there yet. So And also, let's be honest, like, I don't care what your workout is that you did. I don't care what you're eating. It's not, those things are very much about your own, your own journey and your own health. So just remembering that, like, you feeling amazing, you being really radiant, you kind of glowing from the inside out, your friends are going to be thinking, oh, I want a little bit of that. Like, how do I get that?
Yeah,
and then
totally.
you can tell them, this is what I'm doing and this is what's helped. So just a little reminder to, when you're feeling good, it shows, and other people want to kind of learn about that. But if they don't, just leave it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just leave it.
Yeah, and I think that's a big piece of what we want to do here too, is come to you with major authenticity, and that just means that this is our journey. This is what we're going through. This is what we're experiencing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to experience the same thing, but I think that when we're authentic and we're real with ourselves in terms of how we can thrive and how we can grow, other people see it, and it's a ripple effect. I think that healing extends out to the people around you. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I have to say for today.
Yeah, that was a lot, but okay, you guys, thanks so much for listening to us. Hopefully this was helpful, and
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.